Selkirk updates their Vanguard line of paddles with the Vanguard Control. Available in 3 different paddle shapes, the midweight Epic and Invicta weighs in between 7.7 to 8.1 ounces, and the midweight S2 weighs in between 8.0 to 8.3 ounces. Lightweight options are also available. These paddles feature a new T700 Raw QuadCarbon fiber construction that provides excellent spin and an X5 plus 16mm polypropylene honeycomb core for enhanced control and consistency. There's a new and improved octagonal grip design offering players greater control and maneuverability on the court. My first impressions of these paddles were just that these are really nice premium feeling paddles. I really like the responsiveness I got with these, and also really like that raw carbon fiber face. I felt like I was able to get a lot of spin on my shots. What were kind of your first impressions?
Yeah, super solid and consistent responses. I really like the S2. It was my favorite out of the 3. The Invicta second, and then I know you like the Epic, but that's probably my third choice. I like the S2 for a shorter paddle. It's got good power level, really solid response. When I was getting the contact off center, which I sometimes do, as we all do, I still got plenty on my shots. That's what I liked about it the most. How was the power level for you?
Yeah, I know these paddles say control in the name, but like we discussed, they definitely have power to them. I felt like I was able to kind of rip my forehands and get some cheap points by drawing some airs off my opponents with just the amount of pace and spin I was able to get with my shot. And also really liked, like I mentioned before, the spin. I felt like I was able to hit really good underspin on my shots. And my favorite out of the 3 paddles is the Epic. I felt like this was kind of like the Goldilocks paddle. It wasn't as heavy and as wide as the S2, and it wasn't as narrow as the Invicta. And I also liked it because the handle length is a little bit longer. The S2, I felt like I really couldn't get 2 hands on it at all. And this one, even though it is a little bit shorter, I felt like I could still hit a 2-handed backhand with it. Yeah,
so for me, like I said earlier, the S2 is my favorite. I'm one-handed off both wings, so the handle length didn't bother me at all. And I'm always been a fan of the more square-shaped paddles than the sort of rectangular, elongated versions. And so had everything going for me, the shape, the solid response. I got good spin out of it too, and I think that helped me control some of that pop. I did early on have a couple of shots that sailed wide, but then when I learned to trust the response and feel of this paddle on what I was going to get when I was a little bit off center, I got that dialed in pretty quickly from then on. And I served really, really well with this S2. I was hitting a really nice heavy spin serve. It was staying low, really driving through the court and giving the returner some issues.
Yeah, I agree. I think you were hitting really big serves with that S2. I also just want to quickly mention that I do feel like the control is still pretty good here. I know we talked about the power, but I felt like I could hit my resets really well and third shot dinks. I just felt really well connected to the paddle, so I can really gauge in the depth with these paddles really well. Any negatives at all for you at all?
No, just a little bit of launch early on, but like I said, I got it pretty dialed in quickly. I mean, I guess my negative would be the Epic. I'm just not a fan of that paddle for whatever reason, and just kind of gravitated more towards the other 2. And then the S2 is actually a paddle I could take out and use every day. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, really no negatives for me, minus except I would maybe like a little bit longer handle on all 3 of these paddles. But other than that, I felt like these are really, really solid paddles from Selkirk.
Thanks for watching. That's all we got for that one. If you want more information on these Selkirk paddles, be sure to head to totalpickleball.com.